In a move that could redefine the future of European air power, Sweden has formally expressed its support for Ukraine's ambitious proposal to acquire between 150 Saab Gripen E multi-role fighter jets. The initiative, still in early negotiations, highlights both nations' strengthening defense relationship and underscores Europe's collective push to bolster Ukraine's aerial capabilities amid the ongoing Russian invasion. If approved and implemented, the deal would mark one of the largest military aircraft acquisitions in European history, and a historic shift in a region's balance of air dominance. Sweden's decision reflects its growing alignment with NATO and its deepening commitment to European security since officially joining the alliance. For Stockholm, supporting Ukraine's air power development is not only a strategic necessity but also a moral imperative in the defense of democratic sovereignty. Swedish Defense Minister Pål Jonson stated that the proposal demonstrates a shared vision for stability and resilience in Europe, and positions both countries as key contributors to NATO's long-term deterrent strategy. The Saab Gripen E, designed and built by Sweden's flagship defense company Saab AB, is widely regarded as one of the world's most advanced yet cost-effective multi-role fighters. Equipped with the powerful AESA radar, IRST, infrared search and track systems, and advanced electronic warfare suites, the Gripen E provides exceptional situational awareness and survivability in contested airspace. Its compatibility with NATO standard weaponry, including the Meteor Beyond Visual Range missile and precision strike munitions, makes it an ideal choice for Ukraine, which has sought to transition away from its legacy Soviet fleet. Analysts believe that if Ukraine were to operate a fleet of 100 to 150 Gripen E jets, it would become one of Europe's largest and most capable air forces, capable of projecting deterrence and conducting both defensive and offensive missions across its territory. The Gripen's short takeoff and landing capabilities make it particularly suited for Ukraine's dispersed airbase strategy, allowing operations from rough, improvised runways in the event of Russian strikes on major bases. The proposed acquisition is also viewed as a strategic message to Moscow. While Ukraine continues to rely on Western air defenses and drone systems to counter Russian attacks, the introduction of an advanced Western fighter fleet would drastically shift the dynamics of aerial warfare. This would be a game changer, said defense analyst Johan Norberg of the Swedish Defense Research Agency. The Gripen E's ability to integrate seamlessly with NATO systems, combined with its low operating cost and high uptime, could give Ukraine sustainable air superiority over time. Financially, the plan will require unprecedented international coordination. Each Gripen E has an estimated cost of around $85 million, bringing the total potential value of the deal to between $8.50 and $12 billion. While Ukraine has already received substantial military aid from the US and European allies, it will likely need a structured financing arrangement involving multiple Western partners, defense loans, or joint production programs. Sweden has suggested the possibility of partial co-production or maintenance hubs in Ukraine, which could strengthen Kiev's domestic defense industry and create long-term industrial benefits. Training Ukrainian pilots and engineers will also be a major component of the initiative. Reports suggest that several Ukrainian pilots have already been undergoing familiarization training with Gripen systems in Sweden since 2023. Expanding this program to a full-scale pilot and ground crew training pipeline could take up to 2 years but would establish Ukraine's ability to independently operate and maintain the aircraft in the long term. Beyond the military benefits, the move carries deep geopolitical symbolism. Sweden's willingness to back such an extensive modernization effort signals Europe's growing unity and strategic autonomy within NATO. It also highlights the continent's shift toward joint defense production, interoperability, and resilience in the face of global instability. For Ukraine, the acquisition would not only secure its skies but also accelerate its integration into Western defense frameworks. Despite the optimism, challenges remain. Sweden must balance its own domestic transition to the Gripen E, as the Swedish Air Force is still phasing out its older Gripen C/D models, with export commitments. Additionally, any large-scale transfer of advanced combat aircraft will require extensive logistical support, infrastructure upgrades, and NATO coordination to ensure sustainability. Still, both governments view the proposal as a long-term investment in Europe's collective defense architecture. This isn't just about aircraft, said a senior Ukrainian defense official. It's about ensuring that Ukraine and Europe can stand firm against aggression for generations to come. If finalized, The Sweden-Ukraine Gripen partnership could mark a defining moment in modern European defense history. It would not only transform Ukraine into a formidable air power, but also set a precedent for strategic cooperation among NATO members and partners. More importantly, it represents a clear message to Moscow and the world. Europe is no longer merely reacting to threats, it is preparing to deter them with unity, strength, and technological superiority.